Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hey, drop in the chat if y'all announce yourself. Let me know where you're from. Appreciate y'all for coming. We're about to get started in just a minute. Just give me a few more minutes. We're gonna get started. Just trying to see who all gonna show up to the chat. Just give me a few more minutes. We're gonna get started in like 5 minutes. Just trying to see who all gonna show up to the class.
Hey, yo, T-Man.
We're gonna get started in a minute, y'all. Yeah, so give me a few more minutes. We're gonna get started. I just don't want to get started too soon. About to get started, y'all. Let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. About to go ahead and get started. Just letting you guys know what the NCOER is, explaining it is, what it is, and stuff like that. For y'all don't know what's the NCOER or how it's supposed to be wrote and how you're supposed to write it and how you're supposed to basically prepare your support form. So we're gonna let you guys know how to do all of that on this live. About to get started. Hold on one second. Okay, first I want to go ahead and welcome you guys to the class. I'm Staff Sergeant DeAndre McPherson. I've been in the military for about 5 years now. Just want to give you guys some background about me. I was real unfamiliar about the NCOER process. I was just basically letting people just put anything on my NCOER. And as you move forward, you want to make sure those NCOERs are effective, and you want to make sure that you got the right things on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. On this. So basically, so what is an NCOER? Can anybody in the chat tell me what they think an NCOER is? Okay, so basically an NCOER is DA Form 2166-8. And it's basically a form used to document a person's performance for a specific length of time. Basically, everyone in the Army has their performance rated, and it's recorded this way by your supervisor, or if you are a supervisor, you're going to be rating somebody. So you're going to be basically the person who's responsible for writing the NCOER. So most of the time, it's the raters it's the rater's responsibility to write the NCOER, but basically the support form is used for basically support on basically the rated NCO to basically almost write their own NCOER. But most of the time, your rater is gonna ask you for questions on what's some of your accomplishments during that rating period. Okay, so that's the NCOER. For those who's not familiar with it, it's basically how NCOs are rated. So I'm gonna go through the types of NCOERs. So the types of NCOERs, you got the annual, you got the change of rater, you got the relief for cause, complete the trainer, 60-day rater option, 60-day senior rater option. Then you got the temporary duty, special duty, or compassionate reassignment. Those are the types of NCOERs. Most of the time, it's going to be an annual NCOER. Change of rater. This is when you changing. You might be changing units or anything like that. So these are just basically the different types of NCOERs. So y'all got any questions about the types so far? Anybody any questions about the types of NCOERs? Because I'm probably going to be a different video going over each one of these specifically. So yeah, so we're going to do something different for each one of these specifically, so I can just break down each one of these. So this is the rating scheme. This is the rating scheme right here. So you got the rated soldier, you got the actual rater, you got the senior rater, and then you got the reviewer. So the reviewer, the rated soldier is basically who's being rated. The rater is basically your first line supervisor, or your first line supervisor, and then your senior rater is usually your OIC. So sometimes it can be really different because sometimes you might need a reviewer on your NCOER, because I know I had a review on mine at one point in time. I actually had a NCO as my senior rater, and then my OIC was a chief warrant officer, so she basically had to do it basically needed a reviewer for it. So we're just gonna go over some key points for the NCOER. So the next slide, okay, we're gonna go over keys to writing NCOER. So these are the keys to writing the NCOER. So the first thing you want to do, you want to make sure you stay positive. You want to make sure you don't belittle yourself in no type of way. Don't think that no accomplishment is too small. You don't want to. You want to make sure you mention everything. You want to brainstorm on every single thing that you did throughout the rating period. You want to make sure you don't be intimidated. So what I mean by don't be intimidated, I know doing the NCOER, you might be scared to move up to the next rank. You don't want to be intimidated by the perceived increased responsibility. So that's what comes along with being in the military. You're gonna have to move up in rank, and you're gonna have to get some more responsibility. So you don't want to be intimidated about that. So next, you want to brainstorm your accomplishments. So what I mean by brainstorming your accomplishments, you want to think about everything you have done throughout that rating period, and you basically want to list them down. You want to list them in order. So brainstorm, you want to list them in order, and then you want to put them in their respective categories according to the NCOER. So it's different sections on the NCOER, so you want to put them in different categories. As I got for right here, you got the character, presence, intellect, and all those accomplishments that you brainstormed and you wrote down. You want to put them in the respective categories on which ones you think they fall into. So next, you want to make sure you claim everything. So what I mean by make sure you claim everything is that you don't want to be reluctant to claim credit for any achievements that you weren't 100% responsible for. So if you feel like you wasn't responsible for a certain act, or you wasn't 100% responsible for it, but you had a part in it, that's you can claim that as an achievement. So uh, don't say just because I wasn't always a part of something that you can't claim that in your NCR, because you can. Uh, so and now what I would say is now is not the time to be modest. So what I mean by now is not the time to be modest, you don't want to I know some people they might not want to feel like they bragging about their performance, or they might think that they too good or something. But when it comes to NCOERs, your goal is to make it sound as if you basically like the best soldier ever. You want to kind of make it sound like you're the best ever at what you do. So that's are those keys to writing the NCOER. So the duty description. So that's pretty much the first part when you get ready to write the NCOER. So the duty descriptions is basically where you describe your duties and responsibilities. And this part is basically the first part of the NCOER. So you want to make sure you describe your most important duties. And if you know, this is the part where you if it lacks, this is the part where you will basically find out that uh this is damn, hold on. So this is the part where you basically you want to make a good impact from the very start. So this is where people look at when they first looking at your NCR, they're gonna read the duty description. So you want to make sure that part kind of stands out and make it, impactful. So anybody, so the people that's in here, can you put down in the chat like your MOS or anything, just so I can give an example of a duty description, or I just read my duty description as being a 92 Yankee, just to give an example on of duty description. So far as the duty description, so I'm just gonna read my duty description. Uh, so my duty description would be as supply sergeant 92 Yankee 30 series, it would be basically something like this. Just read performs duties at preceding level of skill and provides guidance to lower grade personnel, directs supply personnel in establishing supply and inventory control management functions, maintains property under standard property book system, reviews daily and monthly records of issues of petroleum products and operating supplies, provides technical assistance to equipment records and part specialists, assists, assists and advises supply officer and commander. Okay, so 92 Alpha. Let me see if I can find 92 Alpha. 92 Alpha. So basically, y'all pretty much kind of do the same thing as us as being a Yankee. It's almost the same, but it's really not the same. Basically, like a warehouse type function. But basically, it'll just be your duties and responsibilities of what y'all do. Okay, so uh, what I got right here was far as a 92 Alpha 20 series. So I don't know if you're an NCO or a platoon sergeant. Or, so basically, it'll be serves as an automated logistical specialist for whatever your company is and establishes and maintains stock records and other documents such as inventory, material control, accounting, and supply reports, unloads, unpacks, visually inspects, counts, segregates, palletizes, and stores incoming supplies and equipment, responsible for the safety and professional growth of peers and accomplishing assigned missions. So that would be a great duty description for your NCOER. So duty description. So we're gonna go over bullets. So we're gonna go over your actual NCOER bullets and how they're supposed to look. So as far as bullets, so you want to make sure you quantify your bullets. So you want to make sure you put the actual amount of whatever you did. So if you achieve the quantity, it would be like the result or impactful statement is used when the quantity itself is the significant achievement. So you want to make sure you number the missions accomplished, the missions completed, the number of insurgents captured, number of miles driven, number of flights supported. So you want to make sure whatever that achievement is, you want to make sure you actually you want to make sure you actually put in the quantity of whatever you did. So the next NCR bullet was you achieved an objective. So this type of impact description is used when the name objective is universally recognized as being significant and no further explanation is needed. Completed successful rotation, finished an inspection, repaired, restored capability. So those are achieving an objective. So the next type would be to reduce an undesirable condition. This type of impact statement describes initiative that results in a better condition, a reduction in the number of equipment failures, in the number of incidents, sniper activity. Hold on, in the number of incidents of sniper activity, number of late reports or awards, length of time required. So this is whatever it is you did to reduce an undesirable condition. So if you improve the condition, uh, if you improve the condition, it would be this type of result is another way of describing improved conditions or processes, increased readiness, streamline admission procedures, combine efforts, increase efficiency. So compared to peers. So this is another good one for as a good NCOER bullet when your rater compare you to your peers. So example of this would be like in recognition of the bullet comments and is an effective way of making the ratee stand out. So it's an effective way of making yourself stand out when they compare you to your peers. So for example, on my NCOER, they had where I was selected over two other NCOs to be platoon sergeant. So that's an example of comparison to peers. You want kind of make yourself stand out. So timeliness, it would be when achievements related to time. Use this type of impact statement. Completed ahead of schedule, finished before required, no late reports, guaranteed zero delays. So that's another thing you want to add into your NCOERs. Make sure you mention the time. So if you completed some ahead of schedule, you want to make sure you mention that also. Name dropping. So name dropping would be something like you mentioned the mission that you guys were on. So if you completed over say 100 missions in support of whatever operation you guys are going, for example, Operation Freedom Sentinel, that's name dropping when you actually name the operation that you were involved with. You want to make sure you actually put the name in there. Okay, so those are the type of those what you want to do as far as NCOER bullets. So so next we're gonna cover, okay, so that's it. So y'all got any questions about anything? I can also, so far as on this last slide right here, when you actually writing the bullets, don't pay too much attention to the grammar of it, because bullets are basically meant to be rolled kind of like this. This was an example. Completed over 120 reports with 100% accuracy, exceeded norm for entire battalion. So that's a bullet. You know, so yeah, so that's pretty much it. Y'all got any questions about anything I went over? Make sure y'all put y'all questions in the chat if y'all have any questions. I'm gonna stay on here for a couple more minutes. If y'all ain't got no questions, I'm gonna go ahead and end the broadcast, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to the short NCOER class. Y'all can. I'm gonna have this video saved, so I'm gonna post it on my page. That way, y'all can look at it, or y'all can just ask me questions about anything. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to the NCOER class. It was a short class, but I feel like y'all could gain from some of that information as far as the bullets and actually writing, coming up with stuff to put on you guys NCOER. So I see you guys next time. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.